You know, as you know, I picked up the new chuck, new Nova chuck, a G2. A Supernova 2. And while I was putting it on, I was unsure exactly how I was going to be removing the chuck out of the lathe when I needed to. On my old one, you know, I used to put the key in there and just snap it in the holes, and that worked out beautifully. Well, it's a new chuck, and I really didn't give it enough time to really figure out what's the best way. And some of you commented on me using the Allen key, of course, on the set screws that this tightens up, and I was just checking to see how much force it would be required to break it free. As soon as I did that, I realized this is not an option, you know, and that's pointed out that most likely this would snap, and it would. Now, it was recommended that I ground this off, and therefore I could use it, but that's really not an option, because this allows my thing to swivel, so if I got a big piece on the lathe, I can swing out of the way while I'm tightening it up, and the handle is not in the way of the piece. If I swing it out, then I'll have the room. But no sooner I tried this, I realized that, you know, there would be different options, but here's the option that I came up with, and I think it's a great option. Well, as you know, I also have this chuck, and this chuck requires this key to be able to tighten it up with the thing. Well, here's a great tool, and since I got them both by the lathe all the time, to be able to remove the chuck from the lathe, let me bring you in there. I'll bring you over the top, baby. Well, as you probably know, this chuck has a set screw right there. And that's the set screw that locks up the spindle. Now, there's no thread at the beginning. It only threads once you go quite a bit in. It's clearly goes all the way through. Well, here's a perfect way for me to unlock my chuck. Just put it there, and no chance of stripping anything. The wrench is going to be able to take it. Doesn't matter how tight I have it. Put it in there, just give it a quick tap, and that's how I will be loosening up my chuck. Like I said, and I appreciate everybody's concerns and comments, you know, on me seeing what kind of force it would take to use this as the braking part for the chuck. I also decided, okay, maybe I can use it in here, which would work, but that only works if the chuck is empty or whatever. In most cases, it's not. Today I'm going to show you how to make a perfect hidden lid. And I myself almost cannot tell where this opens up. And it does. If I grab right in here, perfect hit. The wood grain matches up all the way up. Let me get you in there. The grain matches up very well. It's there's a lot of areas that I can put it, and it still doesn't become obvious. So it doesn't matter how I orient it. Of course, it does have the right orientation. Right through here, you can see this line following up. But even if I put it over here, you're still gonna have a hell of a time seeing where that separates. So here's the perfect match to it, I think. It is. So anyway, stick around. I'm gonna do this one real quick and real time. Not gonna fast forward for those of you who enjoy watching the process. Just going to put it on the lathe. It's a chunk of, I believe it's to be mango, but very different from any mango I've turned in the past. Very bland, other than this spalting that's going through here, which is not really an attractive feature. It's just black. Has very little bit of red going in here, but very little. But anyway, nice fit, and as nice inside as it is outside. So I'll start it off, rounding it off. Speed is pretty fast, but it's a small piece. Now I'm going to keep this little bit of bark on the lid, and for those of you who have not seen sizing a lid, a perfect lid size that I did a while back, I'm going to do the same technique on this. I'm going to go in here with a party tool and make a curve just wide enough for what I need, and then part out the lid from the vase, and you're going to see a perfect size for this lid to fit into this lathe without measuring. I went in there and made a double cut, a double curve width. So it's about 1/4 of an inch, and I got about 1/8 of an inch depthness. I'm going to go just a little deeper there, and what I want to do is I want to maintain this area nice and flat. I grab a thinner parting tool. You could do it with the same, but I have a thinner one, and to me it works a little bit better because I'm maintaining more of this flat area over here than if I went in there with just my same thickness. My lid. I got an area that I can rechuck it. Rechuck it right over here, or grip it by the back side, finish up the underneath. And I have my box. So, hopefully I did not mess up on this one. But I'm going to gamble it, and I think I can see it a little bit of what I was aiming for. And what I was aiming for was to maintain this mark right here coming across over here, and I think when I went in an angle I kind of cut it off a little bit, which was defeated the whole purpose. A little tight. It would go, but I don't want to be quite as tight as that. So just gonna clean it up. Could do it with sandpaper, but gonna do it with a parting tool still. And that should be it. Okay, perfect fit. Now it's a matter of just making this all uniform as one. Alright, I gotta do a little work. A little bit of the bark came off over here, so I'm gonna go a little bit deeper with this. But you can see that these lines disguise the opening as to where the lid opens up, which is on the second line in. But I gotta clean out that bark. Now to open it up. Perfect fit lid. You know, sometimes we do something that comes out pretty nicely, or comes out as planned. It's nothing fancy on this. It's just bell-shaped box. I don't even have a finial on it. Could I make a finial for it? Absolutely. But that's not the point of this turning. The point is sizing it and making it work, and how fast you can make one of these. It's an eighth of an inch thick all the way down.